Hey Texas Tigers, Coach Josh here. I'm with Robert Snyder. He's going to help us do our conditioning stint today. We're just going to pick back up off of what we did last week, and I'm going to progress you guys through pushing your guy, adding 200-yard shuttles to that progression. Today you'll kind of see what we do as far as the core work at the end, and then our main focus today is that conditioning aspect. Today we'll always start with a dynamic warm-up, and then from there we'll move forward. The equipment I have for you guys today, just simple cones, okay? Find a 25-yard space, spread them out, and that's what we'll use. And then I have a speaker for Snides, just to give him something to listen to while he conditions. Last but not least is our core work. I have a yoga mat, and then I'll be using a tennis ball as well. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Everyone at home, go ahead and get ready for our dynamic warm-up, because we always start with that. So Snides, I want you to start with Frankenstein kicks for me. Hey guys, he's extending up through that toe every time. I want that extension, being able to have a strong foot as well. Hey, quads. Flexible in the hamstring. All right, hey, lunge and stretch, and I want you to drive up out of it into that sprinter stance. Big push out, good. There you go. Last one's here. I just want you to have hands on the head, really opening up those hips because we're going to be running a lot. Once you get done here, we'll take it backwards. Nice, shut it down. Alright guys, as always, when we come with conditioning, okay, because he's going to be running a lot, I will always add static stretching to the mix. So from here, I'm just going to have him reach down and touch your toes. You can come over here a little bit, just make sure you're in line. Reach down, just touch your toes. Remember, we hold our stretches, okay, we hold them for about 20 to 30 seconds. That's what we're looking for every time. Open up your legs here, push your hips back. We're just going to reach down, touch in between. Open up those inner hamstrings and that groin. Got about 20 seconds here. From here, we'll go to a sprinter stretch. Alright, switch it up. Hey, we'll go into our sprinter stretch here. Very important we stretch out these calves, especially after working so much throughout the week. Take your time. Switch. Guys, before we just start running all out, working on our conditioning aspect, I like to do stationary conditioning with my athletes, really working on technique and form. All we're going to do is have high knee crossovers, quick feet, shuttle, quick feet. You'll kind of see what we do here. I'm going to carry him out for 20 seconds only, and he'll get a nice sweat going, nice and warmed up, being ready for that conditioning and those shuttles. So today, Snides, all I want you to do, hey, you're just going to go quick feet. Okay, when I say switch, you're going to switch. 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 Does that make sense? Guys, you'll see him. I want his arms moving. His chest is tall. 2, 1. Let's go. Quick feet. Switch. Good. Switch. 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 And time. Hey, it's just quick responses, working on that quick feet, guys, and just really trying to get his heart rate up and that blood pumping so he's safe when he moves. This next one here, you're actually going to cross over. Okay, it's going to be quick feet to start. I'll say switch, cross over, cross over. Okay, so we stay here, moving, quick feet, relaxing the shoulders. As soon as I say switch, it's a crossover, and then back to it. Okay, 20 seconds only, and go. Switch. Good. Switch. Staying smooth, staying light. Switch. Good sides. Switch. 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 And relax, breathe. Nice job. Good job. Okay, last one here. I'm actually going to have him move with one leg and try to land on it. Acceleration and deceleration on a single leg. So important with ice hockey, so that's what we're going to focus on right now. So all he's going to do here, same thing, we start at zero here, switch here. If I say it, he'll jump up on one leg and land soft and get back to it. Outside leg, push, hold, and get back to it. Outside leg, push, hold, and get back to it. Does that make sense? Okay, only 20 seconds here. 2, 1, go. And just small jumps. I don't need the biggest jumps in the world. Switch. Good. And switch. Nice. Switch. Good. Quick feet, quick feet. See how relaxed he is here. Switch. Big up and over. And relax. Nice job. Grab water if you got it. Guys, that's just a great way to do some stationary conditioning. Really get our heart rate response up, getting us ready for all those shuttle runs that we're going to work on right about now. Guys, grab water, make sure you're stretched out, and we'll start working on these shuttle runs. I'm going to grab some gear here, my timer. Alright guys, so what I did, I just grabbed a speaker for him because he's going to be running. I'm going to add some music. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys at home, but it just makes it easier on him to really work. So for you guys at home, find your favorite song, that way you guys can run through this quickly. So let's go over what we're going to do today, okay? We're picking up after last week, and we're going to progress, okay? So we have one 300-yard shuttle to do again. Where we're really going to progress is that 200-yard shuttle mark. We had 2 last week, now we're going to do 3, okay? And then on our 100-yard shuttles, I'm actually going to extend him out to 4. So I'm going to progress every time. So basically we got 4, 3, and 1. So that'll be working on the shuttles and that conditioning aspect for him. The rest to work ratio, okay, I'm actually going to bring that down. We're going to keep that a 2 to 1 mark for him. He's pretty conditioned, so he should be okay when we do this. As always, we're going to start with that 300-yard shuttle. Okay, that way it gets easier, hopefully, as it goes on. Everyone at home, try to stay up with him. He's pretty quick, he's conditioned. So if you guys want a challenge, he'll push you a little bit. It'll be really fun for you guys at home to keep up with this guy here. So I'm going to get music going. You can stretch out, do whatever you need, then we'll get started. 5-yard distance. Everyone at home, try to stay up with him. He's going to go as fast as he can, work on those starts and stops. And then, yeah, makes it 6 times, and I'll give you a 2-to-1 rest to work ratio. Sound good? 3, 2, 1, go. Stay up with him. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, number 3 here. Come on, you got 3 left. Come on. Big drive, big drive. Let's go. Catch your breath. Hey guys, that was the hardest one. Everyone who went hard as they could at that 300-yard shuttle, good job. Now give yourself a 2-to-1 rest to work. So if you came in at a minute, guys, give yourself 2 minutes to rest. That's where he was at. I'm gonna give him plenty of time to breathe, okay? So moving on, okay, we have 3 200s now. Okay, last week we had 2. This week I've upped it a little bit. We have 3 200-yard shuttles here. Guys, I hope you enjoy them. The challenge at home is to stay up with him. And if you can, guys, just go as hard as you can. Really enjoy the conditioning. That way we build that aerobic base. How you feeling?
Oh, tired.
All right, all right. Hey guys, grab water. We got plenty of time to rest. Total, okay? We'll go through this 3 times, and then we have 4 100s. Sound good? Alright, he's back with us. He got about 25 seconds. Guys, his rest is almost up. Hey, now we're going into those 3 200-yard shuttles. Same thing, he's going down and back. We'll be doing that 4 times. His laps. I always keep track. Athletes, I just want you guys to work hard, go as hard as you can. So that's 1. Quick change of direction. Everybody at home, you're resting, okay? 200s aren't easy, especially after that 300. All I'm doing is extending you guys out, okay? All that power work, all that sprint work we go over, this is a great time just to relax from all that and really see what you got in that aerobic endurance base, okay? Hey, that's 1 down, big man. You got 2 of those left, and then those 100s, you got 4 of them. Doing great. 30 seconds. the conditioning, okay? I don't need full-on sprints. I need something that's sustainable and consistent. Okay? That's what we look for as coaches. Okay. All right, 2 more laps, big man, 2 more laps. Guys at home, if you're pushing yourself as hard as you can, just like Snyder here, it's going to be taxing on that body. When we get to the deep part of this conditioning circuit, we're going to start feeling a little queasy, like, oh my gosh. Just get through it, make sure we have water, make sure we're being safe, and basically just get through it being safe, working on that aerobic condition. It doesn't have to be a full-on sprint, okay? You're just challenging yourself, it's all relative. Got about 30 seconds. Think you got it in you? Okay. It's our third one. Okay, after this, it gets easy. Okay, you got this, last one. Okay, this is our third 200 coming up. Guys, get through this one. Those hundreds are just easy, down, back, down, back. Last 200 going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Everybody at home, relax, get some water, good job. Hey, all we got left are 4 100s. Guys, that's down, back, down, back. It'll be much easier. Doing great. Hey, take a breather, big man. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed your rest. We're going to start with those 4 100s now, okay? Remember, this is down, back, down, back. If you guys are feeling good, complete this the best you possibly can, as fast as you can. Like I said, always train with safety in mind. Make sure we're having our water and taking our rest periodically, okay? So Slides, go ahead and line up. Let's get these hundreds done. Ready? 2, 1, let's go. Drive, nice. Control up, push and pull, pull. Good job, relax and breathe. Hey, 2 to 1 rest to work ratio, guys, remember that. How you feeling? Hey, you got 3 left. Come on, everybody at home, you guys got 3 left. Stay with me, let's go. Hey, you got 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. go. Everybody at home, you guys have come a long way. We have one more. After that, we have about a 3-minute core session, and we'll be done for the day. All right, you guys hang in there. Snyder, hang in there. You got about 20 seconds. Calm that heart rate. Going in 10. Couple breaths for me here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last one here, guys. Last one. Let's go. Come on. Push yourself. Good. Forward step. Get there. Get there. Hey, done. Nice work. Nice job. Nice job. Everybody at home, really nice job. Hey, we're gonna go over some core work now. Alright guys, hey, welcome back. Really good job on that conditioning aspect. Hope you guys pushed yourself, hope you guys stayed safe. Hey, all that stuff will pay off in the end. I'm gonna put him through a neutral spine core work exercise. I got a yoga mat and a tennis ball. So anyone at home, you guys can grab anything you need that works, a softball, lacrosse ball, anything that helps, okay, that can sit on your back. Alright. So I'm just gonna spread this out for him. All I'm gonna have him do is stay in a push-up position, okay, and I'm gonna set this on his back. I'm going to have him lift his right arm up, his left arm, his left leg, right leg. I'm just going to have him stay stable in that core. Okay, he's going to do this 2 times, 1 minute apiece, 15 seconds per limb. Okay, so go ahead and get a push-up position. The whole goal of this, guys, is to keep this tennis ball on your back without letting it fall off. Put it right here. Guys, if it rolls off, it's not a big deal. Your whole goal is just to keep it up just like that. So Snyder, go ahead and raise your right arm. Go back to neutral. Hey, there it is. Hey, left arm up for me. Oh, come on, lock it in. Nice. Guys, stay strong. You can see how competitive and how hard this is. Bring your arm back down. Good, you're fine. You're fine. Right leg, please. Right hip up towards me. Good, back down. Left leg. Time, relax. Nice, relax. Alright guys, hey, I use this tennis ball just as an indicator. You can tell on the arms, he's real stable. The tennis ball stayed on his back. As soon as the legs hit, he's probably pretty tired from conditioning as well as all you guys. He actually had a nice open up where the ball wouldn't stay on his back and wouldn't square. Okay, so it gives me a good idea of what's happening. Just a simple tool like this. How you feel? You got one more in you? Hey, we only have 2 of these, guys. Whenever you're ready. Okay. Here we go, last rep here, end of the day. Let's go ahead and lift it up nice and strong. I'm gonna set this here. Let's go right arm. Good, keep it nice and strong. ball on top. Go put your hand down, stay strong, control that hip. Right leg. Left leg. Tight. Hey guys at home, you can see how difficult it is. He's pretty fatigued. Guys, that's a fun challenge to do. He thinks he's square, but when the ball's rolling off, that's a good indicator for me to help them say, hey, your hips are square, they're rocking. Really important when we do that plank, just to be square, neutral in every position. This is kind of what I see when athletes get real fatigued, the imbalances, the turns. Guys, you make compensations when we get very tired. Okay? Don't worry about it, happens all the time. Like I said, it's a fun challenge. So everyone at home, make sure you guys do that. Complete it the best you can. I appreciate you guys joining us for this conditioning circuit. I know it's tough, so make sure we water up and stretch out. And now I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to the skills session. You guys enjoy the hockey puck skills. Good luck.
Hey guys, hope everyone's having a great day. Welcome back to another Texas Tiger skills training video. Coach Forrest here, and I got Coach Preston with me again. Hey guys. Today we're going to be working on face-offs, something that happens so many times a game, and they're very, very important because each one gives your team a chance to regain possession. The more possession you have with the puck, the more chances you can create to score goals. And on the flip side, the more you limit the opposition from scoring on your own net. The very first thing we're going to talk about with face-offs is how to approach, and specifically as a centerman, how you would approach the face-off. So Coach P and I were demonstrating and going into a draw here. Before either one of us really even gets into the dot, what we should be doing right off the start is communicating with our teammates about where we want them positioned, maybe what face-off play we're running, and what to do on wins and what to do on losses. So communication is key. Once you've communicated with your teammates as a center what we're trying to accomplish on the draw, the very next thing we need to make sure we do is we're the last one into the face-off. So we make sure all of our teammates are set in place where they need to be before we go into the face-off to get ready to win the draw. As we're the last one coming into the face-off, the very next thing as I approach the dot is to analyze the opposition centerman. So I can try and pick up maybe some tendencies or guess where he may be trying to win this draw. So right now, Coach Preston has both of his hands turned over to where he is anticipating to go win this draw towards his backhand side. So as I approach the circle and come in and get ready to face off, I can kind of see and analyze where he wants to get this draw, so I know to try to prevent him from winning that face off that direction. As we both get in here, I never want to approach a face-off coming up like this, straight legs. I see them with a lot of young kids. The lower you get, the more leverage, the more power you create, gives you a better chance to win the face-off. Face-offs are a very, very physical part of hockey, and it takes a lot of strength and courage and guts and smarts to win and be successful at face-off. So when you get in there, you want to get really nice and low, big, wide base. You have a lot of leverage and power created to win this face-off, right? I'm sure you see guys like Jason Spezza, who plays in the NHL, if you know who that is. He would get onto one knee at times when he would win that face-off just because he would get so low to the ice and have maximum leverage to win the face-offs or help his team regain possession. Now that we've talked about how to approach as a centerman the face-offs, now let's talk about different types or techniques or ways you could win that face-off. The first one we're going to talk about is just tying up. And when you tie the opposing centerman up, you need some help to win this draw. And the biggest two people that help you win face-offs are your wingers. They have just as much of a role as the centerman does in winning that draw. So again, with the tie-ups, I would communicate with my wingers, say, hey, I'm going to tie the centerman up, come in and get the puck out from under my feet. So if I can tell coach right now wants to try and go to his backhand side, if I was to go tie him up when he was trying to win to his backhand, all I would do is go attack the backhand on the side of his stick and wait for the wingers to come in. So as the puck goes down, I would step in here to attack that backhand and then step in front of him to regain fight for position, right? The more center or more of the dot that I can occupy means I've got more leverage or more space for him to win that puck on my team. If he was to go to his forehand side here, if he was looking to win the draw to his forehand, again, all I would do is go try and tie up the forehand side of his stick and work to get body position to wait for the wingers to come in. So I would go here, fight to get body position, and wait for my teammates to come in for that loose spot. The next one we're going to talk about stems a little bit from the tie-up, and now I use my hips to kind of really turn around and use my feet to kick that puck out. If your stick can't get free from the tie-up, you're welcome to use your stick, but odds are when you tie his stick up, your stick is going to become useless, and what you're going to be left with is just your feet. So again, if Coach P's trying to win it towards his backhand side, I would go attack the backhand side of his stick, turn my hips around, and use my feet to kick that puck back to regain possession. No different on the forehand side. If I was attacking that forehand side of his stick, shift my hips around to kick that puck back to regain possession. And the more I'm able to spin my hips quickly with low leverage and get my body between the puck and this opposing centerman, the better chance that we're going to have to regain that puck possession. The next type of draw we're going to work on is sweeping the dot. For just about everyone, this draw is a lot easier to win on your backhand simply for one reason. You can create more leverage and power in your stick by positioning your hand like your top hand, your bottom hand like your top hand, excuse me. Instead of holding your stick like you normally would, you turn your hand over like this so you can create more power and leverage to win that draw to your backhand side by simply just sweeping the dot. So if I was lining up with Coach P and I was trying to win it to my backhand side, all I'm doing is sweeping this dot to try and pull that puck backwards. Same with my forehand side, but again, I can't create as much leverage and power the way my hands are positioned to go to my forehand side by just sweeping the dot. When you're sweeping this dot, no matter how much power and force the opposition has down into his stick, if I sweep underneath his blade, there's no way he can stay on the ice that quick. So I would simply go underneath him by sweeping his blade and taking this puck and going straight back. It's the same as if I was going on my forehand side. I would go underneath his blade and sweep that puck all the way back. Alright, the next one we're going to talk about is kind of the slap or the attack his stick, kind of more of an aggressive face-off. You probably have more of a chance to win this draw at older ages when guys get stronger and more physical than you would sweeping the puck as at a younger age. So on this one, particularly, the very first thing I'm trying to focus on is just attacking his stick and then pulling that puck right back, right? No different on the forehand side. If I was trying to win it to my forehand side, again, all I'm focused on first is attacking that stick and then pulling that puck back that way. So now that we've gone over a few types of different techniques to win face-offs, Coach P and I are just going to go at it and demonstrate a few for you guys, right? Since we don't have anyone to drop the puck for us, we're just going to do NHL style face-offs. If you don't know what NHL face-offs are, when both guys are ready, you clap each other's stick at the top, NHL. And off of L, you now play it live and try and win that face-off. Okay? So again, we're going to go and I'm not going to tell him what I'm going to try and do. He's going to do the same, and we're just going to work on trying anticipating what the other guy wants to do while trying to win the face-off ourselves. Coach P is going to be in the defensive zone, so he has to set his stick down first, so I get a read off of him and get the advantage off the start. All right, you ready, Coach? Again, nice, good low leverage is going to help us win these face-offs. Ready? Nice. We're gonna say that first one's a draw since it went right into the pile of pucks. Nice, nice. That was a good sweep the circle there, Coach P. Nicely done. We'll say the loser's got to be in the defensive zone and put his stick down first, all right? So I guess I lost that one. Played it square. Ready? Oh, you're in my circle. Here goes our circle, all right. We'll pretend, Ready? Oh, 3 in a row, nice and done. Patrice Bergeron on there. Ready? Oh, battle, God. You gotta battle. Do what you can to get puck possession here. Ready? Keep winning them right over to our wingers over here. Hopefully our wingers are battling as hard as we are soon. Ready? Oh, good win. Attack that stick and pull back. It's a good one on the back end there. Ready? Nice, nice. What you got for me? I think I'm going forehand side, right? And I won't tell you how. Ready? Oh, nice. I kind of won that one for you. Yeah. Stick back. Ready? Oh, good win. It's hard to do the sweep with no skates. Yeah, nor on the ice. Concrete. Our sticks are probably going to be torn up after this. Ready? What's that? Oh, that's cheap. That's a good point. Sometimes on face-offs, if you aren't cheating, you're not trying as hard. So what I mean by that is, the rules say that your feet have to be placed behind these lines. Sometimes you can cheat a little bit. So if I want to win it to my forehand side, I kind of get my hips started to where I've got more leverage to my way back to that side. Yes. No different on my backhand side. Notice how my hips aren't squared up to those lines. That way I've kind of got a head start to turn my body to my backhand side. Some referees aren't going to catch that, where you can have that slight advantage into your face-off. Other referees will notice that you're turned or not lined up properly, so then you're going to have to readjust your feet to get lined up properly. And typically, if you don't do it after the first time, that's when they throw the center out and have someone else from your team come in and take that draw. We keep going a few more? Yeah, I'm down. All right. Ready? Oh, attack and pull. Ready? Nice, attack and pull. Use my own move on it. Let's see what you got. All right, ready? Nice. Oh, I'm telling you, I think the attack and pull is the best one. It is. Watching that referee's hand. I'm gonna catch you there. You good? All right, three more. Ready? Oh my. Stay with it. Stay with it. Just food for thought. I just thought of this. No matter whether it's win or loss, more so for the centerman that loses the draw, most of the time, your responsibility, as you can imagine, becomes the other centerman. So, you know, if coach just won that draw over there may be a point in time where I'm the first one to forecheck off of this face-off, or if my winger's forechecking, this guy becomes my responsibility. No different than if I'm in the offensive zone and I win the face-off and maybe I go right to the net. Well, guess where Coach P's going? Right with me to the net. Right? Let's do two more. Winner takes all. Ready? Fine, dinner. Fair enough. Ready? Oh. right, here we go. To recap the 4 types of draws that we worked on or talked about. The first one being tie-up, right, or stick lift. The second is off of that tie-up or stick lift, being able to spin and use your body and use your feet to win those draws. Then we talked about sweeping the dot, whether it was on our forehand or backhand side, and then finally attacking the stick first and then pulling that puck back using power and leverage. The next thing I'd like to talk about is some keys to work on and to look for to help you maximize the amount of draws that you win. The best players in the NHL, or the best centermen I should say, at winning face-offs, their face-off percentages are probably just better than 50%, which is still really good. So if you're winning a little over half of your draws, you're a really good centerman. And any more than that is great. So practice, practice, practice. Learn new tricks, new keys, new habits to win those face-offs. So the very first one that, again, I want to talk about and touch on is low leverage. Low leverage with your knees firstmost, getting really low as you can, dropping your butt, bending your knees. Notice how coach has his hands a little bit lower from the top of his stick and the bottom hands even lower on the bottom of the shaft to create the maximum leverage that he can to win this face-off. The lower you can get, the better. Okay? The next thing to look for, or key, when you're taking a face-off, is what to watch for so you can have the best anticipation, the best reaction time to win that face-off. So when you're lining up, so if Coach P is the referee here, he's dropping this puck for me, I'm not focused on watching the puck specifically. I'm more focused on watching this piece of his wrist, that hand to do that exact motion. When he lifts his wrist up, that's when I'm anticipating and already moving to be the first one on that puck. If you're waiting and you react to the puck being dropped, that's going to probably be too late, especially against a good centerman. So it's about anticipating when that puck's going to be dropped, watching his wrist first, and then I go to win that face-off right away. Okay, the next key we're going to talk about, again, a center can't always be the only person to win the face-off for the 5 guys on the ice. It is so important that the wingers help out on the face-offs and win their one-on-one battles and beat their wingers into the loose puck battles and make it 50-50. If you get both wingers helping out and are fast and anticipate and react quickly, your team again is going to win more puck possession off of face-offs and have more chances to score goals and be creative. The next key is learning tendencies, right? There may be a course in time, say you have 25 face-offs in a game, and 5 are against one player, 10 are against another player, and 10 are against the third center. So you've got 3 different centermen that have 3 different maybe tendencies that they like to do, and all those tendencies may be in different zones. They might do one thing in the offensive zone, and they might do something totally different in the D zone. Or they might switch from the left side of the ice to the right side of the ice. All of the tendencies that you can learn about the opposing centerman gives you an extra advantage or an extra edge to have more success and a better chance to win the faceoff. So, for example, let's just say Coach P's in the defensive zone, right? We're on the right side of the net in his defensive zone. So if I was looking at his net, it would be off to his right, or his left, excuse me, off to my right. So it's likely that he wants to win this puck away from his net into the corner. So I've taken my 5th draw against him. We're in the D zone, and every time he has gone with the sweep, the circle move to his backhand. So that's been a tendency that he's had in the defensive zone on the right circle in his zone. So if I know that now, and we're getting in for their 6th face-off against each other, the one thing I am not going to allow him to do is win the puck over to that side of the ice. So what I would counter his sweep the circle with is a tie-up. And whether that tie-up involves me kicking the puck after or simply telling one of my wingers to come in, That doesn't matter. That's up for your discretion. The most important thing is I've learned his tendency. I know what he wants to do and what he likes to do. Now I've got to try and prevent it. So instead of him allowing the sweep, I would come in and tie up and now create a 50-50 battle, or maybe even use my feet to win that puck battle there. All right, guys. Well, thanks again as always, and feel free to ask any questions if you have them. We enjoyed teaching you and going over some face-offs today. Looks like I also owe Coach Preston some dinner for losing maybe one too many draws to him, but that's all right. Coach P, thanks for helping out again.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you next time.